What's up, y'all? It's JS Method, or Coach JS, you guys may know me as. And today I want to talk about a very important fundamental macro concept. Today we're talking about strong side versus weak side and trading sides in the map. These two ideas are pretty interconnected, but we're going to go ahead and kind of talk about what the two ideas are, how you can apply them in your games, and that kind of thing. So the first thing that's important to define is what is strong side and what is weak side. Now, there are a lot of misconceptions about strong side and weak side, but simply put, strong side is where your resources are at. Weak side is where your resources are not. So if we draw an example scenario, let's say we're the mid laner here and our top is here and we have our jungle. Here, let me draw in pink so it's a little bit easier to see. We have our jungle here and our support's pathing up this way. And then our ADC is just surviving here. This would be our strong side. Right, we're looking to make plays here. We want to get this objective. We want to gank these lanes. We want to invade here. This would be our strong side. This would be our weak side. Now, conversely, in the same game, when everybody resets and now the jungle's on the bottom side and the support comes back to lane, now this is our strong side. And we're looking to make plays here and we kind of avoid making plays here, especially as the mid laner and as the support. We avoid going up here and we play around this area. So, generally, strong side is where your jungler is at, especially early game. Or if you have a roaming as support, it could be where your support's at. But it's just where your resources are at. There's a lot of misconceptions. Like, a lot of people think strong side, like, because pro players have the tendency, or like streamers and stuff have the tendency to be like, okay, we're going to strong side top this game because it's a winning lane. This is misconception that a lot of my clients have, that strong side is something you pick and it's just your winning lane. It's like, no, that's not what they mean when they say that. What they mean by saying we're going to strong side top is we're going to try to send all of our resources to the top side and play more on that side of the map. But over the course of a game, strong side and weak side is going to shift and flow and swap all the time based on where the junglers are at and all the stuff that's happening. So the reason strong side is so important and weak side is so important, especially from a mid laner's perspective, is you always want to make plays on the strong side and you pretty much never go to the weak side, right? So oftentimes, I often tell my mid laners that mid lane is to jungle what ADC is to support, because you need to know where your jungler is at all the time. You need to know what they're doing and you need to play off of their space. So if you want to roam, you best roam on your strong side, which early game is just where your jungler is at, right? So if your jungler's pathing top, you better look to roam up here. If you roam down here while your jungler's top and you decide to go bottom, well, you may run into the enemy jungler, your lane may follow, and now you just had a man disadvantage, right? Because your team has a maximum of 3 and their team has 4, and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. Or if you go up here, you probably have a man advantage, or worst case, it's even, right? So always look to play on your strong side first. Now, occasionally, there will be like a free double kill. Always take free stuff, right? If they're just going to give you something completely free. But in general, when we're looking to create plays, we look to create plays on the strong side. If your strong side is up here, but like dragon spawning, you don't get to go to dragon, right? Now, this leads us into the second point of this video, which is trading sides of the map. Trading sides of the map is kind of similar, but it's basically like, okay, wherever our weak side is, we're going to concede that, and our goal is to trade everything else on the top side. So a very common example of how this applies in solo queue is you know that your team will lose the team fight, and they will try to team fight at the dragon, right? And dragon's coming up and you know their team's contesting it. You don't have any vision, you don't have any priority, you cannot go here. Well, what should you do? You should trade sides of the map, avoid your weak side where all their resources are at and they overpower you. So we go onto the top side and grab whatever we can. If it's towers, great. If it's Herald or Baron, great. If it's camps, great. If it's mid, great. Whatever it is, trading something is always better than trading nothing. If you cannot contest this dragon and this is losing for you, trade sides of the map. Super common pattern. It's also another common pattern with somebody, a good roamer, right? Let's say we're playing mid and we're playing against somebody who roams really well. And they decide to go bottom and you can't follow them because they may solo kill you or it's just a losing roam. Then what do if they go bottom? We trade sides of the map. This is our weak side. We look on the other side. Punish plates, invade, gank top, dive top. All of these plays are possible because it's on the other side of the map, right? We're trading sides. If they commit to this and they win here, the next logical question is, what can we get here? So trading sides of the map, super, super fundamental. To trade sides of the map, you have to know what the strong side and weak side is. For actually every single lane in the game, this concept is super, super important, right? Because if you're playing top lane, but you're the weak side because your jungler started top and is pathing bottom, and their jungler is pathing towards you, or you don't know where their jungler is pathing, so you have to assume they could path to you, then in that case where you're the weak side or top, taking an even trade would be losing because you have that threat of getting ganks and they have more potential people on your side of the map. Where the opposite is true. If you know the enemy jungler is pathing away and your jungler is pathing to you, taking a losing trade would actually be good because it sets up this gank. It sets up this kind of play. And then you guys get to take this side of the map and you get to snowball and everything's great, right? For bot lane, very similar concept. If your jungler is pathing away, you may not get to fight a fair 2v2. You like, then that even 2v2 would be pretty hard losing because it's very easy for you to get ganked. For mid laners, obviously you have to know where your strong side's at because you're looking to make plays in your strong side all the time. If your jungler's top, we're looking to go top, dive top, invade, whatever. This objective, whatever's up there. Same if they're bottom, right? We cannot contest dragon if our team is in bot lane. If dragon's coming up and it's our weak side, we just trade sides of the map. In jungle, it's your job to decide where you're gonna go and where and when you're going to put your different people on strong and weak side, right? So if your bot's really strong and your bot's your win condition, you'll want to path bottom consistently. So bot lane is more likely to be your strong side. So you can make your plays here, stack the early dragons, invade here, get dives this way, right? So strong side and weak side, very important for every single role in the game. Make sure you guys are thinking about this, thinking about the resource of where your teammates are at, and where the enemy team is at. And then learn to trade sides of the map. If they do something successful in one spot, try to do something successful in another spot. Even if it's not worth as much, it's still good, right? Rather than just trying to like compensate and run up there. So this is a super fundamental kind of macro concept. Super important video to make. This is like one of the core fundamentals. This is probably the first thing to understand about macro in League of Legends. So I hope this video helped you. Let me know what other videos you guys would like to see. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.